Hey guys, it's Kevin here with Teaching in Asia. Now, a question a lot of people ask me is, what exactly is a recruiter? What are recruiters? Well, recruiters are someone you're probably gonna need if you're looking for a job in South Korea teaching English. Now, if you're interested in teaching in Japan, a recruiter is someone you probably won't have to deal with at all. Now, what exactly is a recruiter? Well, essentially a recruiter is a headhunter. They're a human resources middleman. They're hired by a school to find teachers for them. So a recruiter is the one who posts the job ads, they do the interviews, they sift through resumes, they do all that stuff. They also make all of the arrangements to get you over to Korea. Now, do I know a good recruiter? No, I don't. So don't ask me that question, guys. Recruiters are a dime a dozen. There are so many. There are hundreds and hundreds of recruiters out there. Now, some recruiters are small organizations, maybe just one person who once was an English teacher in Korea and decided to get into the recruiting business. Other recruiters are actually very large companies with many employees who work for big organizations such as public school boards in Korea. Sometimes you might hear about people complaining about recruiters. Recruiters might not always have the best reputation. That's because they work on commission. Unfortunately, at times in Korea, some schools may be a little shady. Well, unfortunately, sometimes recruiters might be a little shady. Again, they are working on commission, so some recruiters will pretty much do or say anything in order to get that commission. Now, of course, that's not always the case. There are recruiters who will offer support once you get on the ground in Korea and will help out. That's not always a guarantee. Now, as for Japan, normally you won't have to deal with a recruiter because in Japan, most schools hire directly. Now, large eikaiwa or English conversation school chains often have their own human resources departments that do the hiring. Smaller schools will almost always do the hiring themselves directly. So recruiters are just something you don't even have to worry about when you're thinking about working in Japan. Now, how do you know if a recruiter is good? Well, you could always do a Google search and find out the reputation of the recruiter. You could just Google their name and search around and poke around and see if you can find something about them. I suppose you can also go with your gut. If the recruiter seems to put all the cards on the table and they seem to give you an okay feeling, why not go for them? But if they right away give you a bad feeling or there seems something a bit shady about them, I'd say move on. There's a lot of recruiters out there. Again, dime a dozen. So there we go, guys. A little bit more information about recruiters when trying to find a job in Asia. So thank you very much for checking out another episode of Teaching in Asia. And remember, you can check out my blog, links below. Always a lot of information about teaching in Japan and Korea, all that kind of stuff, plus a lot of other things. You can also follow me on Twitter at JLangKev, link is below. Always lots of stuff about life in Asia. All right, guys. See you later.